Hi, everyone. My name is Chris. The other Chris, which is usually our host of this podcast, is not here today, so I'll be taking the reins today. I am the videographer, video editor, and here today I have Nash.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ultrasound Unplugged. Today does look a little bit different, but we're really excited. We have a couple questions that we're going to be going over as far as social media goes. So I am the social media coordinator here at Ultrasound-services. And like Chris mentioned, he is a videographer. So we do work together, and so we're excited. So let's get to it.
All right, and let's see. So for our first question, let's see. Why do you think social media is such a big deal for businesses like ours?
Yes, so people trust what they can see. I think this is pretty obvious, especially nowadays, because social media is literally like the first thing we look at when it comes to looking at a place. At the beginning, whenever you want to go somewhere, you don't just look at the reviews, but you look straight at their Instagram or their TikTok and see, are there humans there? Like, is this really a place, And especially for a healthcare industry, you want to go somewhere that you can trust and say, okay, I feel safe coming to this place. So that's why it's really important to have that social media content out there that shows all of those things.
I've come to realize that social media is way more useful. I remember growing up, I always know, like, you would have to introduce people, have like a resume, your business card, but almost nowadays there's digital, like, social media. There's like cards for specifically just for social media.
Yes.
Like, and it's like, here's my Instagram, X, all the links to everything, and it's interesting how it's evolved in a way where everything is really just social media.
Absolutely.
And I know some companies don't use that to their advantage. Some companies don't even have like a good website, or they barely even use their Facebook. Last post would be like from 2013 or something.
Yeah. No, yeah, I fully agree. And, like you were mentioning, like back then it was just business cards and little stuff like that. Now it's like they create anything and they put barcodes. Like, for example, this right here, like, look at our barcode over here. Follow us on social media. So, and once you scan that barcode, it literally sends you to everything, to our Instagram, our TikTok, our website, everything. And that's just how advanced technology has become. So, like, now it's not just one little card, a little business card with your phone number and email. It's more than that. And it's kind of great to see it evolve that way.
And I know it's more than just like pretty posts. It's actually like it's an in-depth of the company and the history and the team.
Right.
And sometimes social media shows it more than just average typical ads or flyers. It actually helps it build morale with everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I completely agree.
And let's go to our next question. When someone checks out our Instagram or TikTok, what are they really looking for?
So, like I mentioned earlier, first it would be, is this a legit place? Another thing maybe perhaps is this place professional? Is it a clean space? Like I said, would I see myself in this place? What are the employees like, the staff? Are they friendly? Can I go and, make sure that, they'll take me in a good way and be friendly? So, yeah, those are kind of things I would say people would look at.
I know, because I know, unfortunately, it's like a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. Some people do use social media in a way to deceive and to use it as a way to scam people, unfortunately. And I know, but the good thing is that most of the time you can filter it out. You can kind of spot who is doing that. But for but then you see, real people, real posting, and it's like you actually see, it's like you show up as a real person, not a billboard.
Right. Yeah, so actually to add on to that, I feel like especially now because AI has been very advanced, a lot of people have been posting posts that are just very AI generated and showing that humanized kind of posts, showing like more of that humanized posts will make the person feel more, safe to come here or to, it just I feel like it's so much better, and that's one of the biggest things right now when it comes to social media. So that would be another thing I would want to add, like, just humanizing those posts and making sure that, we make that our patients feel safe to come to our place because, we're not just putting any AI generated things out there. So like you mentioned, if you're just putting AI stuff out there, then it's a way to just kind of deceive people and they don't really know what's truly behind the scenes or behind the business itself.
And I think not only that, but it also kind of just shows it that it's not as there's not a lot of soul to it, in my opinion. Like it's not. And then some people will be like, "Oh, I don't want a robot scanning my ultrasound."
Right.
And so it's like I know some companies do. They practically just put their social links on like ChatGPT and just be like, run it and just post everything with it. But I know for us, we always try to post everything with fingers, with human mindset, and try to do everything like what would a human think on this, not what my chat thinks.
Right, we would do kind of a combination of both things, but yeah, I agree.
Let's see, and our next one. How would you say is the best way to strategize with content?
So, the way we do it, because we do work together, we do like to get organized. We've built templates. We even have like a calendar where we kind of set scheduled posts. On top of that, especially here at Ultrasound Services, we do meet every month and kind of have a marketing meeting, talk about whether or not we're going to be having a marketing campaign. And we do all those little things like that. I think that's a great way to get strategized when it comes to content. Would you like to add on to that?
I always love it when we do have those meetings. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
they're really fun, honestly, because then we it's our brainstorm session. We just come out with ideas left and right, and then we start planning out the month, possibly next month. And then we also try. Sometimes there were moments where I think we almost try to plan like the whole year.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Every season, Halloween, Christmas, and
especially now with the holidays coming, I know it's even more exciting because there's just so many things that we want to do and create and put out there, just for the best for the patients and stuff.
I know I remember there was one idea I had, but I know the budget's not going to cover it. I know I wanted to make like a mini haunted house for Halloween for for promotions, and
that would actually be fun though.
And I know and then for Christmas we're going to have some ideas for that one relating to but again, I don't think the budget's going to cover that, so it's
Yeah, well, I mean, here at Ultrasound Services, we keep it professional, but we also like to have fun with things. But yeah, so let's dig into our next question.
Yes. What are the biggest social media red flags or oops moments we had?
Yeah, so, I mean, I would say just being consistent for a little bit and then dropping, like just not posting anymore. Those are big oops that not just with us, but in general, I would recommend people not to do. Those can be red flags pretty much. So, stay consistent as much as possible. Another thing, I would say just maybe overdoing it. We don't want to overdo it either. Posting a lot is good, but like I said, we want to be able to build more of that connection with, the people that are behind the screen. And on top of that, I would also add not responding back to the patients that are, commenting or asking questions. We want to be able to be quick, respond back. Like I said, we want to be able to be there all the time so that they can feel like, okay, I can trust this place,
I know, I would say it's more just advice would just be like stay calm and focus, because once you're under a lot of pressure, especially when it comes to like the amount of posts you got to do and this and that, you start thinking on different things and overthinking, and it kind of I would say just try not to be I would say just try not to overthink and just stay calm and focused, and then because sometimes when you're currently making a post and you're thinking about other things, you would actually ironically would make a mistake, post it, and then oh my gosh, there was a spelling error, and then
which we come across that a lot. Honestly, but yeah.
I had my fair share of, oh, that's not supposed to be that letter.
We learn from the mistakes.
And that actually kind of does go back to the AI thing, because it shows that we're human. We're not perfect. We make mistakes, but it also shows that like we're not, because you don't want everything to be too perfect, because then it will just make the patients and people just a bit odd. It would just be like, that's odd. Like it's a bit too, and so it's like when
it's too perfect. It's too, and some people don't like seeing the same thing, so if it's one business and another business is doing it too, they're just posting the same thing and they kind of get tired of that too, And
I know some companies, they always do they do dated type posts. They don't really stay up to date on a lot of things, and going back to it, I know some companies don't even post at all. And that's something you definitely need to and that's a red flag right there, is when you don't even stay up to date.
No, absolutely, especially now in our time. I did see somebody also say, like, it's not just social media era, it's relationship era. It's not just about the posts that you put out there, but like I said, just building that relationship with them. So if you're not even posting out there, then what are we doing? You know what I mean?
I saw somewhere kind of, and it's kind of relating to that, on like how some companies they don't see them as patients, they would see them as consumers. It would be like a statistic, but I know for us, we see them as people, as humans, to care, because they need help with their ultrasounds, their appointments, and we try to help them out as much as we can. And we want to show that through our social media, and because we're not that type of company where we the statistics and numbers and we don't see patient. We say patients. We're not. We're consumers. Like, we actually care about. And again, and going back to you on relationship, that's kind of how I see it on that. And I will let's see. I see one question. It's kind of an add-on question. What's one fix someone could do today?
Okay, so, what we were talking about a little bit earlier or just now, I would probably advise people, it's progress over perfection, like you were saying. It's not just about the post being perfect, but, just making progress and being consistent. So that would probably be an advice that I would recommend people. And just, start simple. And stay on top of things and keep responding and just stay on top of everything. That would probably be.
All right. And then let's see. Last question. What's your advice for those who feel unsure about posting, or for people who are just now starting marketing or social media posting?
Yeah, same thing, just start simple. Post pictures of your space, of the employees, your everyday life, kind of what it looks like to be at work. And of course, if there's any like promotions, any important things that would be helpful for the patients or for the people out there, then make sure to put that out there. So yeah.
All right, and I think that wraps everything up. And I would like to say thank you, Nash, for joining. And I would like to thank everyone for watching and listening.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Also, don't forget to follow us, tune in, and listen to us, not just on Spotify, but also YouTube. We do post some teasers on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And of course, we do have our website, www.ultrasound-services.com, where you can also find our podcast information. And we've even started blogs, so you can also find our blog information on there as well. And yeah, thank you so much for having us, and catch you guys on the next Ultrasound Unplugged.
Bye.
Bye.